So basically, my name is Sedambafo. I'm a digital strategist, UI, a product designer, and how do you call it, an entrepreneur in training. So basically, I'm serious about young people finding their feet in life and taking advantage of opportunities close to them. Due to that reason, that was when me and my friends built Prosper Academy. Prosper Academy is a free learning website. We don't charge people to use it. So we know that people find it difficult looking for opportunities. So we take it upon ourselves to, build a website and curate all the opportunities we could come across on the website, on the web, and actually list it on the website so that it will be easy for people to access at no cost. So LinkedIn is a social media platform, but particularly designed and tailored towards professionals. And I'm pretty sure every person on this call right now is into one profession or the other, and they have goals and aspirations they are hoping to achieve by, their own set times for themselves. So we are going to try to look into how you could actually use LinkedIn to your advantage. I would like to ask anybody to tell me what they think of LinkedIn, or how do they, what's LinkedIn? Anybody could actually, a couple of people could say something about that. Then let me know the kind of audience I'm dealing with. Then.
All right. To my point of view, LinkedIn is a social interactive app that helps us to, explore more about ourselves and our kind of profession that we want to go into. Because as we all know, there are certain things that we don't know about ourselves. But being on LinkedIn gives opportunity to explore more about what you're supposed to know based on the profession that you are going by. So it gives you a wide scope of view to what you are really going into. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was a nice one. The Lim I don't know if I have the name right, but you can speak now, please. Let's hear from you. So,
what I know about LinkedIn is that I think it's a platform where we are able to make connections and then network.
Hello, Gabi.
Please, can you hear me now?
Yes, please, we can hear you now.
Okay. Please, for me, what I know is LinkedIn is a professional platform where we do explore and meet people with the same career so we can learn and also teach or help others as well in the same profession. Thank you.
Okay, so to add up to what my friends have said, I think LinkedIn is a social media platform where professionals are, and it's a place where we can find mentors, we can share information, we can search for jobs, and do so many other interactive stuff over there. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Actually, nobody is wrong. You guys actually dissected LinkedIn into smaller bases. You took it, everybody talk about a particular feature. I think everybody's talking about what they find interesting on LinkedIn, and that's okay. So I think we can zoom in now. If they have any questions, they can just write in the discussion group as well. Then I could just take it up straightforward. Okay, so LinkedIn is a social media platform, just as you guys said, but then it's designed for pros, professionals, to actually network and thrive. But then it's a tool, and just like any other tool, you will decide actually how you use it and what you want to use it for. So let me take it as if nobody here actually have a LinkedIn account. So I think the first thing to do is that first you have to decide on the purpose that you want to use it for. Let's say you want to solve a problem. Depending on the problem you want to solve, then you decide on which tool will be best suited for the problem. So after setting up your LinkedIn account, how many of you guys have seen the link to the post I shared in the discussion group? So please, if you've not checked it, you should go back and check it. There's something on LinkedIn called All Star, like All Star. So for your profile to become very visible enough, your profile have to be like at the All Star level. All Star simply means you've basically set up your profile to completion. Your name is set up, your bio is set up, your experiences are set up, your education, your skill sets to the minimum of 5 or more is set up. Yeah, that's when you actually attain a 5-star status, an all-star status. So the moment you attain an all-star status, automatically the algorithm kind of like makes your handle much more visible. So now let's talk. As I was saying earlier on, the first most important thing is purpose. After setting up your account, you have to actually decide what you want to achieve with LinkedIn. For most people, it's jobs. They want to be able to get jobs, and to entrepreneurs basically connect with uh, potential partners and actually get deals to be done via LinkedIn. Yeah, and some people to get scholarship opportunities to, I mean, upgrade their skills and all that kind of stuff. So after you decide on the purpose you have, you will use LinkedIn for. Then there's something I always say, that to me, social media, even though it's a numbers game, if you are connected to the wrong people and the number is high, you are not going to get any good ROI. Like your return on investment is not actually going to be any good thing. Because then, why do I call it return on investment? You are actually investing your time on social media. So you have to actually structure it in a way that you get paid back in a way for the time you spent using social media. So you connect to the people that matter. You have to find a way to connect to the people that matter. Just like any other thing, your education, let's say you are doing a particular course and you want to excel in a particular course, there are books you look for to read, areas you actually study just to get better. Every other thing in life basically works on the same principle. After you've decided on the purpose you want to use LinkedIn for, let's say you want to use LinkedIn for scholarship opportunities, the best thing will be to actually follow the universities, I mean, the potential universities you see yourself attending, the people that matter in those universities, the professors, and narrow it down to the professor in the department you want to do your PhD in. Basically, check up on those people. LinkedIn has several features: a follow feature and a connect feature. Most people will not connect with you if they don't know you personally or have never had an encounter with you. But then if you follow them, it's almost the same thing. You will see posts from them, you can interact with posts from them eventually. That's how you boost social capital. So you find purpose and you connect to the people that matter. The people that matter. I said the people that matter, and I'm stressing it again. The people that matter. It's not everybody. I mean, if anybody sends your connection request, that's okay. You can actually accept to grow your number because it has its own advantages. But then, if you are the person going to scout for opportunities, you have to make sure you follow the people that matter. Let's say you are in a profession, you are just starting out in a profession. Basically, you should tailor your content. You want your timeline to be showing you content related with your profession. So you basically, and your timeline is actually determined by the people that you follow. So you have to go in and follow a particular group of people. You can actually follow I think hashtags as well on LinkedIn, just like you can do on Twitter. Yeah, so you have to make sure you are connected to the people that matter. Then, after you are actually done with your connection, which will never be done because you always be connecting to people to increase your reach, you have to learn the art of storytelling. Because then there's one thing with that cut across all social media handles, their algorithms. Consistency can never be underruled. You see, growing up in our parts of the world, I don't know, most of you agree with me that we were not trained to talk about our achievements. The moment you start talking about your achievements, it's as if you are bragging. Who here agrees with me? The moment you start talking about your achievement, your exploit, the things you've done, it looks as if you are being too known. But then in the other side, in the other world, I mean on the social media, in the social media world, he who has a voice is he who gets recognized. So you have to learn the art of storytelling. I mean, you have to post consistently, and you have to posts that are targeted towards the people that you want to attract. Let's say you are a pharmacist, just like Yelarge. So possibly you'll be looking at research at public health and medicine, pharmacology, all those stuff, and make sure your posts are actually consistent and it has a human part to it, but has to do with the people they are trying to target as well. One nice feature I liked about LinkedIn is that unlike other social media platforms, I think Twitter also gives you the opportunity. You can see the number of people that have seen your content, even if they've not interacted with it. A lot of people have built their lives around, they only get happy when people interact with their content. To me, the most important thing is that the person has actually seen the content. And if the content is engaging enough, nobody can see an engaging content and choose not to interact with it. Maybe they might choose not to interact with a couple of your content that are not that engaging, but then if it's consistent and keeps coming from the same source, the world works in a funny way. Everybody wants to be connected to, whoever is in charge or whoever is doing what. So the moment your content is actually making sense, trust me, you will get people interacting with it. And the moment they interact with your post, LinkedIn sends a notification to their connections that this person just interacted with this post. So the platform actually, in a way, drives attention to your content already if the content is good and if it is being appreciated by a lot of people. Yeah. So you have to learn the art of storytelling and you have to be consistent with your posts. I'm not trying to say just because you are trying to be consistent, you post anything like just any other thing. Because then remember, you attract the kind of audience, the stuff you post will attract a particular bunch of audience. So you have to be strategic about what you're actually posting. Yep. And follow the right people and the right organizations. You are looking for a scholarship to study outside Ghana. Basically, you should be following universities, following organizations that actually give scholarship, following a particular set of hashtags. And again, hashtags are very important to you yourself as a user of LinkedIn, because then there are people that you are not connected to, but then if you use the right hashtags, people follow hashtags. So let's say somebody is following Yelarge as a hashtag on LinkedIn. If you post and you use the hashtag Yelarge, LinkedIn will notify them that somebody just posts using the hashtag that they follow. So then you have to, as I said again, you have to deliberately make an action. Deliberately and consciously make an effort to research about whatever you are doing and use the right hashtags to actually attract the right audience to your profile. It's not like rocket science. It's actually a simple thing if you take a look at it. So now, I think let me go back and talk more about setting up your profile. For you to actually LinkedIn, you always want to be, since it's a professional network. And one nice thing about LinkedIn is that LinkedIn, do you know, how many of you guys here know that LinkedIn actually builds a CV for you? Anybody? So basically, LinkedIn is the best CV tool that you could actually get currently. So be mindful of the stuff you put on your profile. So it's always advisable you use your full name as shown on your certificate, or if you are going to apply for anything on LinkedIn. Your surname, me, like this, my name, I have 4 names. My surname, my first name, my middle name, and my other name. Yeah, I have a very long name. So other social media handles, you just see Sadam Balfour, but on LinkedIn, I have my full complete name over there. It's always advisable to do that, because then if you don't do that and you apply and you have to change name again, then people will not take you serious. You are not being realistic. That's number 1. Number 2, LinkedIn has an option for you to actually upload an audio version of your name. If you think people will get your name wrong, feel free and record how it is pronounced and add it up there. That makes it nicer. It makes it easier for people to know how to mention your name. You could actually even okay, let's move on to, I think, your profile picture. They said first impressions count, and that's no lie. People come across, LinkedIn actually suggests people to people. The first thing they see is your profile picture and your title. where your bio, where your title actually pops up, like what you do. So don't don't just use any picture for your LinkedIn profile, especially if you know what you want or what you are trying to achieve. Well, if you are a creative, let's say a musician, then it makes a lot of sense if you put a picture that shows you maybe performing or something like that, a creative picture. That's okay. But then for a young professional trying to climb up the corporate ladder, your picture has to actually correspond with the image you are trying to put out there, because that's the first thing they're actually going to, anybody going to connect with you, going to see. So spare some few CDs and go into a professional photo lab and take a professional headshot for your LinkedIn and look professional. Then if we come up from there, then the next thing recruiters will look at, or anybody looking at your profile will look at, is your about section. This place is where you should take your time and and craft a story of everything that you are capable of. I'm currently personally not looking for too much opportunities, so I have changed mine to entrepreneur in training, as simple as that. But then I think I used to have a very creative one before I changed it. So the best approach would be to basically list all the things you've done and the achievements you've done, and turn it into a story format so that it becomes interesting to read to whoever is actually interacting with your profile. I would like to craft one for someone right now. So let somebody raise his hand. Then I'll ask him the necessary questions. Then I'll craft an about me bio for the person right away on this call. So yeah, I'm waiting. Who is up for it?
You
Anybody?
people should take it before I take it too, because me mine is not there. So I was waiting for this session to complete mine. So please, if you are
Anybody?
here,
Please don't feel shy. If you have an account, yeah, I will just ask a couple of questions and try to show the process of how to create a very intriguing and engaging. Buttress the point. Are you
yes,
currently a professional or a student?
I'm a student, a pharmacy
Okay,
student.
okay. Which year?
I'm currently going to level 300.
Okay, so kind of like a sophomore. All right, fine. Kwame, what are your skills? So, if I give you the opportunity to mention five of your most, the skills that you are most comfortable with, three,
Um, I'm
which would you
I'm
mention?
good in data entry skills,
Okay, okay,
Excel,
okay.
um,
So data entry. Next one, your next
um,
strong.
management, management, especially
Uh,
finance management.
okay,
Yes,
finance
finance.
management.
Uh,
Okay, and last one,
um, um, research.
research.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Any achievements so far? What notable mentioning? Worth mentioning?
No, I've not achieved any. Um, Come
Okay,
on, bro. I'm sure you've achieved a lot.
you can.
No, I haven't achieved anything. I'm also like, okay, I can say I'm a member of the financial committee in my school. Exactly.
That's
That's an
that's
achievement.
that's
It's a
that's
big
actually
thing.
going. That's actually going to give strength. Buttress the point that you are good at financial management. Right.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's very important. It's a follow up. Remember, we are trying to tell a story with your bio. Member
Okay.
of financial what? Is it council
Committee.
or committee?
Financial
Okay,
committee.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, sure. What interests you aside this, like hobbies? What do you like doing in your free time?
Mostly I like to research about medical staffs and science.
Okay, researching
Science.
about
Yeah.
medical and science stuff. But normal one, not academic. We all have something to do. You play soccer. You see,
I also play basketball when I'm free. I play
okay,
basketball
basketball
and
when
I
you are
play
free.
video games.
You see, everybody's bio is actually telling the same thing. So what you want to do is you want to make yours feel as human as possible and at the same time professional.
Okay.
You are trying to stand out. You are not trying to go like a normal person's bio on LinkedIn will read, I'm a financial management consultant. I graduated from this school. I work here. I have these skills. I mean, it's all trying to portray professionalism. That's okay, but then there have to be a human side to the story you are trying to tell. It's very, very
Okay.
much important. So basketball. What else didn't I ask?
I play video games and I research about science and medical stuffs.
Okay, I think that okay. So what are your aspirations? What do you want to achieve later on? I mean,
With
what do you?
with the LinkedIn, I'll try to acquire
No,
more
not
international.
particularly with LinkedIn. Like, I mean, where next from here? What are you trying to achieve in life? That kind of stuff. Like just
Um,
an overview, not like a complete stuff.
um,
Like, let's say I'm saying I'm looking out for to becoming a professional, so and so
uh,
in the name.
to become a
Okay,
pharmacist, and also an entrepreneur
okay.
in transport
Don't
businesses.
worry. I think the
Transport.
entrepreneur is okay without
Okay.
stating what you want to be. Okay, so what I got from here is that you are good at data entry, finance management, research. So you are due to that you are currently a member of the financial committee of your department. You
Yes,
play video
please.
games and basketball. And in the near future, you hope to become a notable and respectable pharmacist who
Yes,
actually engages in entrepreneurial activities. Right.
yes, yes,
Exactly. So we could turn this into, you see the data entry,
yes.
we could actually say data analyst. Because then
Okay,
mind you, the jargons you use are very, very important. Data entry, I mean, it's okay, but sounds very basic.
for
Data
sure.
analyst, yeah, it's a bit over data entry, but not much more. You basically analyze data. So if you can enter data, then basically you could look at taking a few skills to help you manage. I mean, becoming analyze data, right?
Okay, yes,
Okay, so data analysis has something to do with data science.
yes.
So I could write it as uh, I'm a sophomore currently in Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology with capabilities in data
Data
science into
analysis.
brackets data analyst. I'm good at finance management and research. Due to that, I'm currently a member of the financial committee of my department. In my free time, I like playing basketball and video games and looking at research articles. And in the next few years, I'm looking at becoming a respectable and notable pharmacist.
Pharmacist.
Yeah,
Uh,
which actually directs his energy towards building entrepreneurial ecosystems.
okay.
Was I too fast?
No.
So what I just said right now is I'm not sure if it will even make up 3 lines. It's very simple, concise, and the same time it's kind of like story like. So it's not boring to read. So you
Yes.
want to be sure of what the articles you are using to link whatever you are trying. That's why, I mean, when we were in school, they were teaching us English, and we normally say, what will I use it for in life and all that kind of stuff. It's at these places that you know that it's important to take everything you learn very serious. So I would advise you download Grammarly as well if you don't use Grammarly. I'm
Okay.
hoping a lot of people here have heard of Grammarly before.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. So you want to use that to actually help your writing. Yeah. So after forging that, then you move down to your skill sets, the skills you already mentioned in your bio, and now LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to actually list them. I mean, in a nice format. Then the experience side, please list everything you've ever done at the experience side. Trust me, you. If you've ever been, I mean, you were in your mother's, I mean, this starting out on LinkedIn. As you grow and you are open to more opportunities, you come back and delete. All most of the things you've done. As I'm talking to you right now, the things I've done before university, I've gone back to actually delete them because then I currently have so many roles I've taken up that it could basically fill the whole place. But then as a starter, it's very important you don't leave any space blank. So be sure to list uh any experience. I mean anything that paid you money, somebody trusted you to and pay you money to actually execute a stuff. Yeah, that was a job you did. You have to put it there experience. You have to list your experience at the to the current level you are right now, right?
Yes.
Then you go to education. At the education side, I personally don't advise people to add up basic school, like basic education. Even after you are done with the university, personally, I don't think it's advisable to even add senior high, unless, of course, you are trying to attract, people that actually went to your senior high. People have these affiliations to senior high a lot. So if you are trying to attract maybe old boys of your school or something like that, then that's cool. But then apart from that, I don't even think it's that much. I mean, from the degree level and up, it's much more better. Yeah, so you input your education and make sure to list any achievements you've ever had or the class you've been in. When I was in school, I was a member of Google. I was a computer science student. I didn't tell you guys earlier on. So I was a computer science student. I was the lead for IBM student ambassadors. Then I was in Google developer group. Yeah, so I made sure I listed all that, because then if a recruiter is looking at my profile and to reach out to me, they will be interested in the groups, what extra curricular activities I did in school. I
Yeah.
volunteered for TEDx. I put it down there. I volunteered for what's the name of these guys? The hot challenge, hot prize. I make sure I put it there, because then I don't know who is actually going to be reaching out for me to the next opportunity. So if you don't have any volunteer stuff you've done before, try as much as possible to volunteer for a couple of stuff and fill up your LinkedIn too, because then people want to hire or give opportunity to people that think about society and the well-being of others, not only about themselves. You understand?
Yeah.
So even though it's LinkedIn, it goes beyond basically it goes beyond just what you are showing them, but who you are as a person. So try as much as possible to balance all this stuff, yeah, and be sure to update them.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think for your profile, yeah, if you're able to fill up all this stuff, and please, wherever you've worked, if they have a URL like a website, please be sure to actually add up their URL at the media side, and make sure you mention, if they have a LinkedIn page, which most businesses have right now, make sure to search for the business name and select the right profile. It gives credibility to your profile page. Don't just write a company name. Make sure you without selecting it, make sure you write a company name and select the right profile. It gives credibility to your profile. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, therefore, with all I've spoken about right now, if you are actually going to take all this serious, from defining your purpose for which you are on LinkedIn, tailoring it down to what you want and strategizing towards that, and making the right connections that matter, strengthen your storytelling, and be consistent with it, and follow the right pages and the right hashtags, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to achieve whatever you set out to achieve on LinkedIn. I
Thank
think
you.
the last thing I would like to talk about is using LinkedIn as your website, a personal website, or your CV. As it stands right now, I'm a computer science student, but I don't have a personal website. I used to have. I brought it down. There was no use for it, because then my LinkedIn is worse scratched that it would be a waste of energy trying to go build my website. So what I've done is that I use other platforms to feature my portfolio. You guys notice there's a feature on LinkedIn called featured. Like you can feature an article or something you post on your page, right? How many people know about that feature? Whenever I post something on LinkedIn, you see the three dots. There's a three dots at the right corner of your post, just on the same line level with your profile picture. On the right side there are three dots. I wish I was sharing my screen. There are three dots, and you could click on that, then you will see featured, feature, I'll say, I think feature or featured. When you click on that, it will take the post and feature it on your profile. So when people are looking at your profile, they come across that. So you could actually link your portfolio elsewhere. Let's say you are a graphic designer, you use Behance, you upload your works on Behance, then you come and post it at the featured side of your LinkedIn profile, to make it easy to be to actually bring into the spotlight. I think they should call that feature, how they call it, feature. They should call that feature. I don't know if you understand what I just said. That featured feature. I think they should call that featured feature. They should actually call it spotlight feature. It should be a spotlight because then it gives an opportunity to people looking at your how they call it profile to actually interact with you very well. So make sure to link your profile to other places that people can find things on you. Maybe you're a writer, you write a lot on Medium. Try to copy all your Medium articles and come and post on LinkedIn article. LinkedIn has a feature called articles. Apart from posting normal stuff, if it's in whatever you are coming to post has to do with, let's say, a research work or it's a long article, LinkedIn has a blog feature. That's why I'm saying LinkedIn can actually be your personal website because then it has a blog feature called how they call it article. So you go there and you have every functionality of a blog to actually a text editor to edit everything and write a full blog on LinkedIn. And you can actually go to settings and actually edit the URL to your LinkedIn. Normally, LinkedIn will give you a URL with numbers when you started, a mixture of numbers and letters. But you can go there and edit it to your name so that it will be easier for somebody to find you. Yep. So I think with all I've said, I'm now ready to take questions and answer them. Yelarge, please make sure you make the list of the 5 most interactive people. I'll personally reach out and take a look at their
Sure,
audit
sure.
their
I'll do
profiles,
that.
give them a recommendation, and try to help them achieve their goals they want
Yes,
to
sure.
achieve in
I'll
LinkedIn.
just mention them in the discussion group so that it will be easier to connect.
Exactly. I'll pick it up from there. So now
Yes,
I'm open for questions. Yeah, so please
please.
ask your question.
Factor than the cross country. Okay, I wanted to know, some of us, aside academics, we are much more into something like to explore. You get it. Me, for instance, I'm much more into, riding, cross country, design, and more of computer aided design. So, how do you feel? This one's the exploitation using the riding as a factor than the cross country. I want to know much more of that one too.
That people that are interested in what you are in hashtags. So you just have to research for hashtags that people that are interested in what you are interested in are likely to use, the hashtags they are likely to use. And follow those hashtags and make sure when you are making posts concerning that you use hashtags as well. I'm a product designer, which means I deal with UI UX stuff, right? So let's say I'm embarking on 100 days of 100 days UI design challenge, right? Daily UI. For every day that I'm going to post my UI challenge, I'm basically going to use a hashtag like product design, UI UX design, UI design, designer, maybe Afro design. I don't know if you're getting my point. So
Yes.
basically, even if somebody don't follow me, they will, the moment they follow those hashtags, they will always get notifications when I post my stuff. And so recruiters, this is what recruiters normally do. I don't know if I share this story, if you either motivate you or something. When I was in my final year in the university, KNEST, you guys know Twitter is in Ghana now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there and I got an email from a recruiter from South Africa referencing my LinkedIn and my Behance account and said that Twitter wanted an interview with me as a UI designer. Like I'm being hired by Twitter without applying. That is the power that your LinkedIn actually have that you don't know and you don't use. There are people watching you from like every angle. I mean, talent is very scarce nowadays, so every company is looking out for talent. To my LinkedIn, so he opportunities at a corner somewhere in the world. But if you're able to show people what he can do and link the right resources to your profile, because then she had access to my profile, my portfolio, my Behance portfolio is linked to my LinkedIn. So she followed it up from my LinkedIn to Behance to go and check what I'm capable of, and eventually decided I'm fit for the interview when I was still in school. So nobody actually cares about me, the level of education you have. So far as you have expertise and you can show people that you can do stuff, definitely you have opportunities coming your way. So take your hashtags very, very important. Yeah. And follow the right hashtags to yourself to be in the know.
Holding We'll be hosting a master class
with some, architectural design featured with landscape. Let's say landscape architecture design. I've been able to come with something so massive. Then I go ahead to post it. Nowadays we fresh graduate from the university, put that way. When it comes to copyright, we know less. Like what we have is less, so people can quickly adapt into or jump into your idea, pick the concept out, then reproduce something out of it. So that's one thing that prevents most of us from posting some of our works onto LinkedIn. So how can you address that one too for me?
See, what you are talking about, I basically have an idea about it. I was smiling when you were talking. I'm one person. Okay, I told you earlier on that I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I basically have been to pitch sessions. I think I was at GIPC to pitch when I was in level 200 at the university. So this is a room filled with, people that have money and have teams that they could actually implement whatever you already are trying to pitch with them to them, so that they will support you to build, right? But there's something called execution. Most of the times people can actually listen to your ideas, but then they cannot execute it. Only you could actually execute it the way you want to kind of like execute. I don't know if you are getting.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. I think we would hold on with that. Definitely Sedem will be holding we'll be hosting a master class where there will be much more details. So I'll be sharing that information very soon, so that we can all get extra details from it. Hear you.
Oh. Okay.
Them one by one.
Yeah, take them one by one after this.
And there's an option on the when you are setting up your profile on LinkedIn. They stated that open to, which means you are open to the connections that you want. So since I'm a student, do I have to open to finding a new job or providing services?
Strategies and blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I want him to confirm. Can you see my screen?
Yes, please. I can see your screen.
So you can see open to, right? So currently I'm open to user interface design and digital strategies and blah 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 blah. Yeah. So basically it depends on what you want to do. I will advise you find a skill and be open to the skill and select remote, right? So that you could have a freelance opening. Like you don't know who will reach out to you, because then you have to find a starting point to gain experience before you get onto the job market. So there's nothing wrong being a student and having an opportunity. Yep.
And I think the best connection would be people.
First, second, and third connection. I didn't really get it.
You can go and follow you, because my mates are there.
The first connections are always more like people I follow and they follow me or something like that. And then
They follow you back.
most likely, yeah, exactly. Second, most likely if you have mutual friends. So if Sedem is your friend and Sedem is also, like, I'm connected to Sedem and you're also connected to Sedem, it's most likely to show in second. And then if it's on the third degree, like I'm connected to Sedem and Sedem is connected to you and someone else is connected to you. Now Sedem becomes your third or third plus, depending on how long it is. I think
So
that's how I've seen it.
I think my screen right now shows Patrick. Patrick, wherever you find this thing, forgive me. You can go and follow him, because my mates are there, but he's currently a TA at KNUST. He was my mate. So Budu is, me and Budu follow each other. So you could see first here, right? I'm trying to look for someone that me and okay, Excel. I'm not connected to the particular person I'm showing to you right now, but then me and her have mutual connections, but we are not connected. So she's my second. Hello, the guy, are you getting it? So we have mutual connections, but we are not personally connected, but we have mutual connections.
No problem. Once you have
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
please I wanted to ask if it's necessary to write the languages,
And Sedem will be organizing that very soon and speak.
Languages. Very, 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 very important. I think there's a session for that. I'm trying to look for that so that I will show him. You even have the possibility to state the level at which you know whatever you know. So there is a language that I think they have professional proficiency and some other. I'm trying to actually LinkedIn actually allows you to state the your however advanced you are with the language.
Hello.
Yeah, Victor, are you okay if I opportunities? So it's very important. All right. So
We fill the loopholes in it.
okay,
Yeah.
so you are okay if you audit your profile, right? I mean the header. I
Yeah.
mean, not bad. At least it's even better than my own. So this is a nice profile picture focusing on Alice. I mean his face. That's super cool. The only thing I mean, I don't know what you want to achieve with LinkedIn, but depending on that, you might want to change your header. I mean the header. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if you can see my cursor. Yeah, depending on that. But then, if you are not, I mean, looking for opportunities that much, I mean that's fair. That's fair. But then, if you have any particular, because that you see, you're providing the services you are providing here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your services. You could actually make a very or get a graphic designer to actually do a nice header for you, highlighting the services you are providing here. Because if somebody
Okay.
comes across your profile in recommendations, they will not have access to your full profile at once. They will be seeing your profile picture and your header and your title, which is good at research works and data analysis. Recently did a research on the scope of spinal. I mean, I think I like this because he actually even telling exactly what he did in a recent time. That's super cool for your about. Yeah. So you could get somebody to actually uh, design a nice header using the services you are currently providing. Victor Victor is currently a research assistant at Confanoche teaching us a logo here. But the Confanoche experience don't have any logo. It will be so for the sake of your this is not Victor's fault. Confanoche don't see the reason why they need to have an official LinkedIn page. So they are kind of doing a disservice to their employees. It will be so for the sake of your employees, if you have a company, it's very important you have a LinkedIn business page. That will really do a lot. So Victor's about is I'm a person who is willing to learn and grow by any opportunity that I have. So he's open, be it professional or personal. To me, every experience of life is an opportunity. I'm liking this already to learn something new about myself. My objective is to so Victor actually started the open the sentence with is open for opportunities and is ready to learn. Then he went on to state his objectives straightforward. I mean, he's not actually wasting time on that. And I think Victor, that's very cool. Kudos to you. That's
All
super
right.
super nice. Yeah, it's
Thank you so
straightforward.
much.
I really like that. Then you listed. Oh, you are still in school. Nice.
Yes, please.
Yeah, he listed his course and he has listed the activities, which is very, very important. So Victor is part of KNST Debate Society, marching band, and I think public speaking. Yeah, Victor, you really understand this assignment. It's super, super cool. And you have listed the skills as well. What I would advise you to do is that get some people to endorse you. You
Okay.
know, people that yeah. So we do this like you get your friends to endorse you, then you also endorse them. It's very, very much important. That's the way you could help each other, like supporting each other. So get to endorse your friends and let them
My
endorse you as well.
my friends on LinkedIn to endorse me and
Yeah,
also endorse
yeah,
them.
exactly. It's like hand go hand come. It will reach a
Okay.
point that you don't need to beg for any endorsement. People will just endorse you because now they see your capabilities. But then I think for the start, you have to get people to endorse you.
Okay.
Your experiences, I mean, it's not that much. I don't know if you are trying to tell me, apart from the internship you did at Comfort Anoche, you have not done any other professional stuff before. I'm guessing that's a lie. You would have done some before. You are just not, I mean, proud enough to put it here. Please put it here. Experience is experience. Even if you were a bookkeeper at your mother's shop, in fact, you were the chief accountant there. So you have to put it there. It's okay if you put it there. Make sure you put every little experience there. As you go and you get more experiences, you can go back and delete the ones that you think don't do well with your profile. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it for Victor's profile. Victor, you have to go to your settings and change your username. You see right now, you have ones like a couple of numbers, right? 1A1709, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes it difficult to search you. If I click on my profile right now, you will notice that I don't have that.
Now, I've learned a lot from this session, and I'm sure
Is that you could go to your, I think, more settings. Yeah, so this is how you can download, build a resume. Since I've gotten into it, let me show you guys at once. Or let me keep it for the master class. When you sign up for my master class, I'll show you how to turn your LinkedIn profile into a resume. I hope I'm being fair.
yes, so that we can come for more.
Yeah, so you go to settings and privacy. You go to settings and privacy. Then there's a lot we could go into here. It's so huge. I don't think we have time for it. I think we'll do only 10 or 15 people for 2 hours so that I can have time and really go through it all. And I will do an added service of making sure your CV is in shape and share some job opportunities that I will not make public. Those are the perks that come with it. So thank you guys all for hosting me. I really appreciate it.